Second delivery. First one was on a Freightliner. I delivered a small scissor lift to 32nd Street. Then the second load was this scaffolding, which actually is something you want to do when it's -2. Like, man, today is the first cold day of the fall when it's below 0 Celsius. -2. And so I'm wearing my hunting jacket, the one with no sleeves. Speed zone 30 clicks an hour. Okie dokie. So today's Saturday, my turn to work on the weekend, and it's a long weekend here in Canada.
In 300 meters, turn left on Berkshire Boulevard Northwest.
So Monday we open as well, like we always open. Monday, even though it's a long weekend, but Monday we open, but only, thanks goodness, till 1 o'clock. And yesterday was super busy. I called a photo store in downtown and I asked him to set aside
Turn left on Berkshire Boulevard Northwest.
a Nikon camera, because yesterday was the first day, because I was tracking the pricing of Nikon cameras. I need a second camera for weddings, for some, you know, serious photography. You need two cameras, two lenses. So lenses, I got that, but one camera is just not enough. So that's what most photographers, when they do weddings and probably funerals as well, but I have no experience with funerals, just one small wedding. So most photographers just carry, they have a harness and you hook up one camera on one side with one lens and one camera on the other side with the other lens. And this way you can quickly grab one camera, take another shot, grab another one, you know. So very flexible instead of switching lenses. And plus it's a spare camera. If something happens with one camera, you have a spare camera, because, you know, like weddings, not so much funerals, but weddings are really, you cannot turn the clock back, right?
Turn left on Bennington Trail Northwest.
And
use the right lane to exit right to Country Hills Boulevard.
So I called this and so yesterday I got up in the morning and I've been checking these prices, and all of a sudden I see price on my camera, the one I have now, Nikon Z or Z6 II, dropped by $700 Canadian overnight. So I had a feeling that you know, Nikon always, they have one sale before the school starts, when all the students go back to school. They have one sale in the summer, and then the other big one is a late fall and Christmas. I think this one will continue because now it's October. I think it'll continue probably for a month, and then it'll start again in December. But basically, yeah, right now you can buy this here in Canada, Nikon Z6 Mark II. You can buy for 2,000 Canadian, whereas before it was 2,700. You know, it's a huge difference, right? But I wanted ZF, which is a better camera with a newer sensor, which was also 2,700 before. Same price. But ZF is a newer camera, a better autofocusing system. And I checked the price on that one, and the price went down by $200, so it became $2,500.
Use the right lane to exit right 2 Country Hills Boulevard.
Which just shows that
Stay to the right 2 Country Hills Boulevard East.
that's a superior camera. And so why I'm telling you guys this is, so I was running around looking at the clock all the time, like, because that store in downtown,
Stay to the right 2 Country Hills Boulevard East,
was closing at 6 p.m. and Fridays we always busy, Fridays and Mondays, and most Saturdays is crazy busy. And so I thought, you know, sometimes I stop at like 5:30. And so I was doing the last run yesterday, and I was back in the yard at like 10 to 5.
in 4.5 kilometers. Stay to the left to 14th Street Northeast.
And I said, that's it, I'm not gonna unload. I have to be somewhere, I have to be in downtown before 6. I said, guys, I'm working tomorrow, Saturday, so I'll leave everything on the Freightliner. And I had two pieces. I had a skid steer case, and I had one of those lifts, you know, kind of like a manual lift with forks that you can lift probably up to 500 pounds. And so I left everything, and then this morning I unloaded. And so yeah, I made it to downtown at 5:35, basically 25 minutes before closing. Went inside this camera store, and actually that's the name, the camera store. Very nice guys over there, lots of young people working, very knowledgeable. And some older guy comes over at me and he says, can I help you? I said, yeah, like this lady I talked to on the phone, she said she set aside a camera for me. And the guy looked at the shelf there where they have all these reservations, and there's my name in there. It says Sergei D. dot, like just initial for my last name. Yes. And I said, it's new, right? Brand new, not a return. He says, yeah, brand new. So I checked inside, everything is packaged inside. I didn't even look at the camera, I just opened it, make sure, you know, all the packaging is there, right? And that's it. So went home. Oh, and on the way back I bought, you know, that book I'm using for accordion. It's not easy to find, you know, because they were printed a long time ago, like in 60s and 70s. And so I had book 1, book 2, book 3, like that accordion, teach yourself how to play the accordion. And I found book 4 and 5, not on Amazon, but at the local musical store. Just went to their website, order it, and they send it with a Purelator. And Purelator sends me which is like a courier company, like FedEx, but it's Canadian only. So Purelator at 11 o'clock on Friday attempts delivery. You know, like idiots, right? I don't know. What, everybody sits at home at 11 o'clock? No, actually that was Thursday. Sorry, Thursday they attempted a delivery and they left me a delivery notice. And so on the way back with the camera, I stopped at this place where they left the package, picked it up. So now I have 5 books, and I look at the music pieces in this book 5. Man, that's already advanced. So I'm thinking these 5 books will last me like 10 years, you know, because to play things in book 5, you really have to be very good. Okay, I'm gonna stop here, grab a sandwich on the way back. I feel I'm very hungry. And there's a Sobeys here. Oh, and I need some water. And so yeah, that was my day yesterday. So running around, and then I came home. Oh, and another good thing is about the camera. Yeah, it's only $200 off, but the store also gives you a spare battery
In 800 meters, turn left on
and a
Errands
charger.
Boulevard North.
Because turns out for some reason this ZF doesn't include a charger. They only give you a USB cable, which actually you can use now to hook up to the
Turn
computer,
right, then turn left.
but there's no old school charger. So thankfully I have one in my for my Nikon 6,
Turn left.
and so that battery and charger like 79 bucks, and you get them for free. So except it's, you know, then I discovered this morning the battery is not a real Nikon battery,
Turn right.
of course.
Then turn left.
It's Chinese battery, and it says good for 250 shots. So yeah, you get something for free, but of course, you know, because it's free, it's not as good as the real Nikon stuff. But still, you know, it's like now I have 4 batteries for 2 cameras, Nikon 6 and Nikon ZF. Oh, perfect. We're just gonna stop here for a second, grab a sandwich, a bottle of water, and then head back to base because there's more deliveries to be made. Well, this is trip number 3. So after I came back from that scaffolding delivery, I said, am I still in the pickup truck or the Freightliner? They said pickup truck. And so I have 2 deliveries and 1 pickup. 2 deliveries are pretty much identical. It's I loaded 2 of those huge extendable ladders. They're called 40-foot extendable ladder, but it's 20 feet long, but there's 2 sections, right? So I have 2 of those, and then I have some arms. Like one customer requested these arms that connect to the ladder, so for more stability. And then after I do these 2 deliveries, the pickup is some scaffolding to bring back to base. And outside it's already almost summer, plus 6 Celsius. Let me repeat that, plus 6. And it's 10:22. So in 4 hours the temperature went up from -2 to +6. It's just crazy. But that's typical here in Calgary because of the mountains, which I can see to my west over there. So I'm on the ring road 201, and the first delivery is 50 kilometers away from our yard. So 50 clicks, 30 miles, pretty much 32. So yeah. And I'm driving again the Ford F350, a huge diesel pickup truck. It rides pretty well, except it also, just like the other one, we have 2 of these 2 Fords and one Ram 3500. So Fords are older, and I don't know, for some reason they don't have any cruise control. So no cruise control on the Fords. And of course it's Thanksgiving weekend, so there should be lots of things happening. I want to grab my new camera and go do some shooting, because we have lots of festivals going on, you know, those pumpkin, you know, parades and stuff like that. I don't know. Something should be happening, probably today as well, but I'll probably be working until 5. Like Saturdays are busy always. Well, at least I'm looking forward to Monday, where we only work half a day. And some people take Thanksgiving here pretty serious. And the same thing across the street. Wow, it has 4 fingers. No, 5 fingers. Okay. Well, feet are a bit funny, but so I'll just drop off one letter. The gentleman is installing some Christmas lights. So it's October 12th. People already installing Christmas lights. Well, just delivered the second ladder. So the first guy used...
In 200 meters, turn left on 85th Street Southwest.
So the first guy is using the ladder to install Christmas lights. I asked this guy, I said, are you installing Christmas lights? He says, no, I'm cleaning the gutters. But he says, maybe that's not such a bad idea. While I still have the ladder, maybe I can install.
Turn left on 85th Street Southwest.
I'll install the lights. Yeah, I said, yeah, just don't call me, because you know I always text or call these guys right when I'm coming with delivery, and then they think that that's the same as the
400 meters, turn right on Old Banff Coach Road Southwest.
And they think it's the same as the main office. So they call me or text me, oh, we're done, you can come pick it up. And I always have to tell people, hey, I'm just a driver, you have to talk to the office. I'm just doing what they're telling me.
Use the right lane to turn right on Old Banff Coach Road Southwest.
So yeah, the first drop, ladder 1, was 50 kilometers away from our shop, or yard as I call it. The second one, this one, was 35 kilometers away. So pretty much I did a huge 3/4 of a circle on 201 on the ring road. And now the last one is 10 kilometers away, and I'm still going kind of like northwest. So I started northeast and then went all the way south 50 clicks, and then northwest to this location, and now I keep going northwest to the last one. And this is the pickup where I'm getting some scaffolding. Not too bad, like not too many frames, but I think it has like 6 decks, so 10-foot decks. And I think it's
in 800 meters, stay to the left to Highway 201 North, Stony Trail.
Yeah, so that's what I thought. It's sending me back to the ring road. So I'm spending a lot of time on the ring road today, which is good, I guess. But the weather is definitely getting better now. It's +9, ladies and gentlemen. So again, we started at -2, now it's +9, which is almost, well, I know +10, it's 50 F.
In 300
So we started at 30F minus 2, and now we are at 49 or 50. And time now is 11:45.
Stay to the left to Highway 201 north.
So 5 hours, we gained pretty much 18 degrees Fahrenheit. But the colors, you know, like the trees are so beautiful. Like I'm driving, I'm just enjoying the scenery. Love this city. After 2 years, it feels like home, you know, kind of like I found what, like I mentioned this before, when I was trucking, I always thought, where would I go after I stopped driving, you know? And I knew I wanted to be near mountains. And for some reason, I didn't like Alberta before, because mostly when I was delivering loads, I was going to Edmonton, and Edmonton is not as nice as Calgary, in my opinion. It's just all industrial. Those were my memories. It's dirty, it's cold, all vehicles are covered in dirt because they put all the stuff, you know, but I'm talking about winter. Construction everywhere. Well, same as here, but on a much bigger scale over there. So
exit right to exit 38, Nose Hill Drive.
But Calgary is different, you know. Then I realized, yeah, like there's mountains here, you know. So it's not Montana, but it's not too bad.
Use either lane to stay to the left to Nose Hill Drive northwest.
Yeah, the only two things I don't like so far are, number one,
meters. Use either lane to turn left on Nose Hill Drive northwest.
a rapid
Turn left on Nose Hill Drive northwest.
Shut up. A rapid changes in temperature, right? Just like this. But this is nothing. -2 to +9. But quite often it's like you start at -2 and then you end up +19, which I don't think is good.
3.3 kilometers. At the roundabout, take the first exit on Cascade Drive northwest.
Yeah, I don't think it's good, you know, for the body to go through such drastic changes. So that's one thing I don't think it's good for you. But and number two, of course, you saw my Jeep. the weather. But it's only, actually that's why that's why prices are cheap over there where I bought the apartment, northeast, because quite often that part of Calgary gets storms that are coming from the mountains. So all the smart people, they live in southwest, south, and maybe like central Calgary, so the weather over there doesn't get as bad as where I live. But that can be easily fixed, right? All I have to do is just win the lottery, and then I can move to southwest and buy one of those $5 million mansions and start using the word mansion in every sentence. Yeah, things at the mansion are going pretty good. Well, I got lucky with that scaffolding. Turns out it was a second pickup. Like somebody went before, and the half of the stuff was not there, and so the most difficult part of the pickup, the decks, were not there. So I only picked up like 2 frames, 5x5, 4 braces, and 4 casters or wheels. That's it. So it was easy. And then I came in, and dispatch gave me a new delivery order. So I have 1 delivery, 1 pickup, and they switched me to the Freightliner. So I loaded a small scissor lift, Genie 19 by 30, meaning that it's 19 inches wide but can go up to 30 feet. And I look at the paperwork, and the name of the client or customer is clearly Russian. So let's say Antonov Yuri, but it's not his name. But you know, I see in English it says Antonov Yuri. Like, what else can it be? Okay, it can be Ukrainian, and some Ukrainians actually get touchy. You know, when I asked a couple of times, I asked people, hey, you speak, what is that? You speak Russian? And they kind of like get offended now, and they say, no, Ukrainian, because of the war, right? So they don't want to speak Russian. Whereas more than half of the country of the Ukraine spoke Russian when I lived there. So now Russia really screwed things up. So, and actually I saw on somewhere online that a lot of Ukrainians started taking classes, because, you know, surprisingly lots of Ukrainians did not speak Ukrainian, and after the war started, a colossal interest to the Ukrainian language happened, and people started boycotting Russian language and learning Ukrainian. And so this guy, I did not ask him if he speaks Russian. I dialed the number, and he says hello, and I say in Russian, Господин Antonov, Mr. Antonov, and right away he starts speaking Russian. So I said, hey, I'm Sergei, a driver with this rental equipment company. I'm bringing you the scissor lift. Oh, cool. So yeah, now I'm going to Glenmore and Deerfoot, pretty much. So the downtown is over there, Memorial. Just passing downtown on Highway 2, Deerfoot. And the construction is still ongoing, so we're still in like 80 kilometers an hour zone for like 10-15 kilometers. like when they do that, when they cut in front of you and start braking. And it's a elderly woman in glasses. She's probably legally blind, I think. All right, we have what is it, 19? Oh, 7 clicks to the Glenmore. And you know, it helps when you, I've been driving here since what, since March, and now quite often I already know which lane I have to be in, you know. Like for example here, I know that this lane ends or exits at Glenmore Trail, and that also you have to be super careful because a lot of accidents happen there at that exit because people cut off. I mean, try to cut in at the last moment. Oh wow, check this out, Mercedes E350. That's a big one. By the way, when I was looking for a vehicle on Auto Trader, I noticed one funny thing, that there's a lot of cheap Mercedes cars in here. You know, like they have small SUVs. Like I think 250 is the smallest Mercedes, something 250. And then there's I think 350 and 450. So 250, I saw them somewhere on the road, so now I started noticing them. It's even smaller than my Jeep Compass. So 350 is more like mine, and they're about $55,000 brand new. I searched for Toyota Highlander, like to see what the price is on a brand new Toyota Highlander. Within 100-kilometer radius, there's only one Toyota Highlander being offered at $77,000. So Toyota is, you know, crazy sales. People have to wait for like 1 or 2 years for those like popular ones, the RAV4. So they're selling like golden, like hotcakes, you know. Okay, I think the the construction zone ended. Over here it's 100 kilometers an hour. So now we are sitting at plus 12 Celsius. It looks sunny, but it's not that warm actually. Plus 12, what is that? 50, 53, 54 F. So if this was Florida, people probably would be, you know, wearing fur coats. But here I am, I'm just driving in a short, small jacket and a t-shirt. probably the last thing I'm gonna show you because I have a feeling my battery is about to die. But I got lucky with out of town trip. It's not too far, but at least look at this, so beautiful. So I'm in northwest of Calgary. Probably just, I still have 6 kilometers to go, but I'm probably like less than 10 kilometers away from the ring road. But this is not Calgary, this is what is called Bears Paw Road. And it's beautiful fall colors, small lakes, and an ugly cell tower. But what do you do? So basically they're sending me to pick up malfunctioning zero turn scissor lift, you know, the one with the joystick. The lady says it only goes up 8 feet. It's supposed to go up 16 feet, so 8 is not good. I still haven't decided what I'm doing tomorrow, but definitely some kind of photography. And I was thinking about maybe going again. I was there before, Calgary farmers market. It's like a huge building with lots of stalls inside, you know, like lots of vendors. And you can get coffee, you can get a drink in there, walk around. But actually there's barriers. It says no alcohol past this point, but they have some vendors over there that sell wine. So you can just get a glass and just walk around. Like, look at this. Beautiful. Yeah, I remember when I was in towing, also driving a same truck like this, except it was I think it was GMC. I don't remember. Maybe it was a Freightliner. Freightliners are quite popular with towing companies. A dad and a daughter in a ATV exploring the area. And so I remember I liked these out-of-town trips because we didn't have cell phones, like a corporate cell phone. All we had was a radio, not a CB radio. It was like a two-way radio, but still it was limited to about 20-25 kilometers. And so I loved when that radio stopped working, because normally they didn't bother you on the phone. Of course, everybody had, you know, I had my own personal cell phone, and they knew it. It was all written down in the dispatch files, but they rarely used the cell phones unless you disappeared for like 2 hours, right? But so when the radio would stop working because I was out of range, you know, I knew that I could take it easy. Like, there was no trackers. Like on this truck there's a tracker, right? So they know at every moment where I am, so so you have to behave. But I'm just saying, you can, you know, when you know they cannot just push the button, because let's say I was I think I was truck 5. You know, the radio would squawk and say, truck 5, Sergei, are you there? And like, there's no warning, right? Right away they start talking. Truck 5, what's taking you so long? So anyway, so now we are on this private road. I'm about 2 minutes away from my mansion. Like, look at this. This is where the rich enjoy their money. Wow, look at this gate. Man, 4 feet of brick. horses over there.
Turn left on Welland Run. In 500 meters, turn right on Welland Way.
Oh wow. Like I'm talking about that house over there. Like look at this. I don't know, 5,000 square feet. This one is probably 7.
In 300 meters, turn right.
Holy mackerel. Oh, look at this. I think they all try to impress the neighbor, you know. Each neighbor tries to impress the next neighbor in terms of size and quality. Okay, hold on. I better check my house number. Well, loaning is done, and the owners are not here, so they just. I called them and they opened the gate and the garage door remotely. And the garage is like a church, you know, it's so clean inside. And I went in, drove out the scissor lift, and next to it is parked a nice classic, I think it's Corvette and a huge bus, you know, like RV, but one of those that cost like $500,000. And this is the private driveway. There's another house there. Oh wait, so this house, oh, that's just a garage? Like, I don't know. No, I think it's a house and a garage. And this is another house, probably a guest house. Like, look at this. They already have Christmas lights. They probably never take them off. Wow, how people make money like this? It's unbelievable. See, like the gate is all like, man. They have intercom here. And I told them, I said, I'll be gone in 10 minutes. You can close the gate then. But I see they have cameras everywhere, so she could see me. So she probably saw when I left. Another house over there. Like, imagine living like this, you know, among basically nature, right? You have a house, you have trees everywhere. That would be awesome, you know. Not a condo apartment. Like, you know, we have kids over there. You know, they drive me nuts. But recently they kind of like calm down, but they play low pressure. Like this truck, if it doesn't have enough pressure, the brakes will not release. So it's their own little driveway. So there's 3 addresses here, like 3 families. Wow.
Turn right onto Welland Way, then take the first left onto Welland Drive.
What is this for, I wonder? They have a solar panel over there. It does something. And this is a dead end. So if you drive over there, there's more houses, but that's it. This road goes nowhere. Exclusive community northwest of Calgary. So each house has probably, I don't know, 10 acres at least. See, that's what's cool. That's what I like about this job. I still like driving. And actually I was just talking to a kid at the shop. He was pulling a little jack on 4 wheels, and it had a long handle, and he's pulling it behind him. And I said, hey, this reminds me. And I said, when I was a kid, I had a plastic toy truck, and I would tie down a string, and that's what I was doing all day long. I would pull behind me that truck, because ever since I was a small kid, I wanted to be a truck driver. I kid you not. That was my favorite toy. And my other favorite toy was, I remember my dad, late dad, bought me when they just came out. It was very fancy. It was kind of like a machine gun, like one of those fully automatic machine guns, you know, like Kalashnikov, but only small one. And when you pull the trigger, it made sound like as if it was firing. Like there was no bullets, of course, no rubber bullets, no toy bullets, but when you pull the trigger, it was like, you know, like cracking sound. They were like 70s. That was like top of the line toy that just came out with the sound effects, and everybody was super excited, because until then it was, you know, you would just go there and they would just buy a toy machine gun, and there was no sounds, no effects. But this one, and I remember my mom said, you see, your dad remembers about you, he cares about you. So he was bringing me these fancy toys, you know. So I had a good childhood as a kid, because I was a single child until I was 9, and that's when my brother was born, and the attention got divided. But what I mean is that's what I like about trucking. I mean, about driving a truck, you know, or driving for a living. Doesn't matter. It can be a limo, can be a taxi, but you're not in one spot all the time. You know, you're not. Look at this. Crazy. She just went in over there into my lane. So you're not sitting in one spot, you're not sitting behind one desk. This is my desk. You know, I can pull over, I can stop. Like, I have a relative freedom, except of course there's a tracker, but so far nobody bothered me. You know, like some companies, they would, I remember when I was a courier, when I drove like, you know, courier deliveries, some crazy companies, you know, they were on your butt all the time. You know, what's taking so long? Where are you? I said, I stopped you to grab some food. No, we don't have time for that. Do it later. This guy is in, this is a rush pickup, so if you want to have this job tomorrow, you have to go. Like, true story. And that's it. Just wanted to show you guys this beautiful part of Alberta near Calgary. You see, like, the trees, the scenery. This is my favorite time of year. Now it's the time to, you know, another thing I could do Sunday, tomorrow, is drive into the mountains, because it seems the weather seems to be great, and do some photography over there, you know, to find some nice landscapes maybe. But I don't know. Recently I got really interested with people photography, because that's all my, you know, jobs were, right? Where People wanted me to take pictures inside a medical clinic, then a wedding. Last year I did a Christmas party, like a corporate Christmas party. And of course I did last year and this year I did Stampede breakfast. So it's all about people, and that's what pays, you know. And that's what I want to get better at, because it's not very easy when you shoot like a group of people. It's not easy to make a great picture when there's like more than like one person is easy, 2 people is fine. But when it's like 6 or 8 people and you want to make sure that everybody is sharp, you know, and nobody's blinking and all stuff like that. So anyway, I guess this is it. We're gonna call it a day. So now I'm gonna leave this nice little country road and jump back on the ring road 201 and head back to base. And I don't know if she might have something for me, because it says here I'll be there 20 minutes past 3. So technically we open until 5. So there can be some late deliveries or late pickups. I don't know. Worst that can happen, they'll tell me jump back into a pickup truck and go deliver some scaffolding. That would be the bad end to this Saturday. But the best scenario would be I show up there 20 minutes past 3 and dispatch says, that's it, see you Monday.